welcome back. Ow! How to score huge on RE. So the $1 billion tape, you took it down. Now you have a bunch of different properties in there. Depending on your geograph, what you chose to participate in, on the tape, you'll have some properties that are great for tenants and cash flow, maybe buy and holds, right? You'll have some that, like I was saying in the last video, that you can't. They're not even in a transitional area. They're just in a bad area. There's parts of Detroit that literally you can buy a house, for $1,000 to $5,000, and it's worth that because there's nobody living there, right? You can't sell the house because nobody's moving there. Everybody's moving out. And you can't rent because there's 10,000 rentals and only 1,000 renters. These are just throwing numbers, but so some of those areas, it's still American real estate, and you might have a few of those as well that you can't rent. But this is dedicated to the cash flow properties. So the ones that are great for filling with tenants, right? That are good because you bought them at, just to round numbers, you bought it for $100,000, let's say, and you can lease it out at $2,500 a month, right? So you're going to do that all day long. So those are your good ones to lease because it's a great lease. Maybe you could do a quick flip on it, but you'd just rather put it in the portfolio as a cash flow property. Okay? So you're going to have land leases, commercial and residential. Now when I say land leases, you're going to get land potentially. I always look for land. I love land. So Turner, I think he has like a 3% of the U.S. Ted Turner, genius, obviously, but yeah, he loves land apparently. So he just bought a ton of U.S. land. Not currently, but over the course of his lifetime, he's bought up a ton of land. And I am the same way. I like to buy a lot of land. There's a few reasons for that. First of all, I like to buy land because here in Colorado right now, marijuana is going legal. And we've been leasing to caregivers and growers for hemp and marijuana, medical marijuana, for years. And it's a great business for them. I'm not a doper myself. I have just really enjoyed the business. But so land leases are great here in Colorado. They're also really good in Washington right now because on January 1, 2014, it'll become legal. And then you have some New England states that are pushing it and everything else. So there is land in certain geographic locations that not only have the marijuana industry, they might have the timber industry, you might have gas and oil, you might have mineral, you might have just a ton of different opportunities that come with land. Agricultural, cattle or grazing. So land is always something you want to have in your portfolio. So land leases, and you can lease out, like I said, to everything from your ranchers who are running cattle, to your shepherds that are running goats and sheep, to your ag guys who are doing hay and alfalfa and corn or what have you, to your hemp guys that are making hemp clothing or hopefully using materials, hemp products for building materials, right? We're using a lot of bamboo in the Philippines right now, and how cool would it be to do a bunch of hemp because it grows so fast and it's like bamboo. It's really, a ton of products can be used with it. So a lot of different opportunities with land leases to lease out your land and get it cash flowing for you. Okay, another one's commercial. So if you have some commercial in your portfolio that you get off of this tape, this $1 billion tape that you're going to get at these huge discounts, you can cash flow an office space, right? An office building or a warehouse or a retail outlets. And then if you don't know how to do that, you can always just give it to a management company that specializes in that. So you don't need to know any of this. The land leases, you can defer to someone who's a professional in that area. Depending on where the land is at, there's 1 million people knocking at your door to use that land. Believe it or not, if you contact the right people. Commercial, same thing. Residential, same thing. You can get people to fill your home, for a 3% fee or whatever it is that they're charging in your area to get your home filled. And then, they'll take the first month rent. And then that'll be their payment for being your agent, and then they'll take a monthly fee for managing your property for you, making sure the tenants pay on time, cashing those checks, making sure they're not destroying the property.